Yo, Prince one of them ones, I'm in the mix. Talking hoops, dropping gems, let's fix. Women's ball, we elevate, bring it to the mainstream. Key coming with facts, we a dream team. Break down plays, ain't no cliches. From the court to the screen, every detail displayed. Got the WNBA shining bright. Click the like button if you feeling it right. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. From sky hooks to swishes, we capture the wishes of ballers making waves in the biggest of dishes. Prince one and Key got the knowledge artillery, dropping truth bombs effectively, brilliantly. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. Analyzing chat, every stat interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.
Welcome back to Excuse the Takeover. You know what I'm saying? Where we give our latest and greatest takes on women's basketball. Appreciate everybody coming through. And showing love. But before you do anything else, make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Okay, make sure you subscribe to both pages. Excuse the Takeover is on episode 16, and we coming with some great topics. And make sure you hit the all notification, you know, every single time that we drop a video or go live or a short even. Without further ado, we got some great topics to get into. Obviously, everybody, I know that thumbnail catches everybody's eyes. Everybody's coming through wanting to see what we're going to talk about and get into. But the first topic at hand that we have is about Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum recently in her post-game interview against the Phoenix showed a lot of signs of frustrations. She had a deep cut on her face, a little slash on her face. And with her coach there, she says she's getting the ish beat out of her. She was cussing. She was like, I'm cool with being fined, etc., going off, you know, upset, feeling as though the refs aren't really giving her the calls. She feels like she's not getting her to the free throw line. I believe she said she only got to the free throw line like a couple times that night, despite being, I want to say, the leading scorer on her team, things of that nature. I don't know. She just feels like she's getting beaten up and she's not getting the calls. So is Kelsey Plum being robbed of free throws? What you think about that, Zoe?
My bad. Malfunction. Apologize for being late, y'all. Key had to go get her nails done. You know how traffic is in Atlanta. So apologize for, you know, us being late, man. Key, you got to schedule your nail appointments for Thursdays and Tuesdays moving forward. Got to schedule it. Got to schedule it a little later on, man. But appreciate y'all. She had to go get her dreads retwisted, all of that. I don't know, man. Anyway, though, man, make sure y'all pull up. Oh, before we get started, look, all super chats go to Key membership. So I told Key today, so don't make me out to be a liar. I told Key we going to get her 5 memberships today. So until Key get 5 memberships, don't send through a super chat. Go to Key page and sign up for a membership until she gets to 5 memberships. And we're going to call them out. Every time somebody joins her page, we're going to call them out. Don't send through a super chat. Go get a WBB Universe membership until she gets to 5. We got a goal of 5. Get Key to 5 memberships. But other than that, man, appreciate y'all for coming in. Let me say it about Kelsey, man. Ain't Kelsey always flopping all over the place, looking like a dead fish in Bayou water? I literally just watched. First of all, does the WNBA have a flopping fine?
I don't think so.
Because she should have one every game. Come on, Kelsey. See, the referees have been bad, Key. But let's be honest here, man. Kelsey Plum embellish a foul every time she drives. And this is what people don't know. Key, don't you know since Kelsey Plum got in the league, she's been top 15 in free throw attempts? I went and looked at that earlier. Don't you know she's been top 15 in free throw attempts since she came in the league? She the wrong person to be. What is she talking about? In that game alone, she had 2 free throw attempts that shouldn't even been a foul. Kelsey Plum literally ran into Carla Lette, and she won a foul. And they gave it to. Come on, man. Let's be honest. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. All Kelsey Plum does is flop all over the place. Every time she drives, she's pushing off. She got that CC syndrome. Look at Kelsey, man. You messing it up. Let somebody like Angel Reese or ironically, Asia don't even shoot a lot of free throws. Let somebody like that be the staple for changing the foul calling, man. All she does is flop. It's like if I'm the Players Association, I'm going up to Kelsey Plum. I'm telling her we already got this on the docket. You top 15 in free throw attempts every year. Look at man. Look at Key. Time out. What's the name of Kelsey Plum little school she got? What's the name of that little school?
Plum Dog or Dog
Ain't
Class.
you a Plum Dog? Ain't you a Plum Dog? And you flopping all over the place worrying about some free throws. Are you a Plum Dog or not, man? Look, I get it. Everybody gets fouled, Key. Everybody gets fouled. But sometimes as a head coach, you got to save players from themselves. This was one mistake by their head coach sitting next to her in that press conference that she could have saved Kelsey Plum from herself. Kelsey Plum got fined for no. Kelsey Plum is about to get fined. She went on a rant for no reason because her point technically isn't valid. Key, let me give you an example. You know how many times in basketball you get scratched on the court and that doesn't mean it's a foul? And then she's playing against women. Most of them still got a lot of these players play with fingernails on. Go look at their pictures. Hey, go look at them when they dribbling the ball, like on Google and stuff. Like they got fingernails on. So you get scratched and that's a foul? First of all, the play where Kelsey Plum, see, this is what she ain't telling y'all. The play where Kelsey Plum actually got scratched on the cheek, because I actually covered that game, Key. I don't know if you know, but I actually covered that game the other night. Don't you know because they lost to Golden State? Don't you know the play when she actually got scratched on the cheek? And I'm going to put it in my shorts earlier to show y'all. Kelsey Plum literally got called for a charge on that play. She pushed old girl off, and old girl tried to grab her arm and ended up going across her cheek. So again, her base is off. I don't know what she see. This is the problem with Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum thinks because she's the leader of this team, she should be leading the league in free throw attempts. See, her head too big. See, I knew this was coming. And see, this is what a lot of people not paying attention to. This ain't the last of Kelsey Plum y'all gonna see complaining. I'm telling y'all, I've watched Kelsey Plum her whole entire career with the Aces. Kelsey Plum gets a big head sometimes. Watch this. I guarantee you in the next month, she gonna come out complaining about something else. She gonna have a tweet about something else. Kelsey Plum thinks because she's on the Sparks, she deserves Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, Stewie treatment. Come on, man. All you do is pull up on threes. You go in the lane flopping. I mean, come on, man. I ain't trying to hear all of that, man. You the poster child for flops. Come on, man. Move around, man. No, she don't got no bases, man. Move around, man. Move around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's obviously critique enough to go around for the refs and, you know, them making calls or not making calls. And, you know, all of that. I mean, yeah, I really don't know what she thought she was gonna get out of going in a post game interview after they lost to Golden State and doing that. Even if it was true, it's like the most inopportune time, or not the best time to speak on that topic, because you just lost. It's just gonna sound like you're complaining because you lost, to be completely honest. um yeah, you
One more
got
thing,
that.
Key, before you finish. Where you think Kelsey Plum ranks in free throws made?
Free throws
Off the top
made.
of your head. Yeah, on free throws made. Where you think Kelsey Plum ranks?
I don't know.
Kelsey Plum is number 4 behind Stewie, Satu, and Brittany Sykes. So what you complaining for?
I mean, I definitely think it's different for her this year than any other year in her career, and that's why she's probably complaining. Not being on the Aces, I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you. And I just think that especially with her new coach and all of that, yeah, I just don't think it was the best time for her to say that. Rather it's valid or not, I just feel like it's not the best time for her to say that. And the coach was just looking over at her like, all right, bro. Like, I have to support you at this point. I feel like just let your coaches, like, I don't know, with stuff like that, sometimes you just gotta let your coaches do that part for you. You gotta let your coach. You see Stephanie White over there complaining every 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let the coaches, in game. I personally don't have a problem with players complaining in game or whatever. It's just a part of the game. But in the post game, I think that's something you let your coach talk about if that's what they see fit. And if she doesn't, then you gotta respect it. But for you to take matters into your own hands, like, we can't get a foul, la la la, or I can't get a foul. You gotta call this stuff. It's just like, yeah, it's tough.
Do you think she was being a sore loser because they lost to Golden State?
It sounds like it. That's what I'm
Because I mean, you're
basically
number
saying.
4 in free throw attempts.
It sounds like it. That's my point, is that like you chose to speak on it after losing to Golden State in OT. I mean, yeah, I think it's one thing. I think she shouldn't speak on again. I think the coach should, but if you're gonna speak on it, maybe you win a game and you speak on it or something like that. It just looks better, it sounds better. But when you lose, you sound like a sore loser. You sound like we lost because of free throws, and that may not necessarily be the reason. I watched that game, thought it was a pretty good game actually. But it's many more reasons why they lost and then some free throws when it comes to the Sparks. And so that's how it sounds when she's like harping on it. But again, obviously the refs, they got plenty to critique for sure. But just wasn't the best time. Makes her look a little crazy.
What do you think the biggest problem is with the referees right now that you've seen so far this season?
I mean,
Or do
I'm
you
gonna
think
be.
there's a problem with the refs?
I mean, yes, I think there's problem with the refs for sure. Certain calls. I mean, like, been some travels that I'm like, is that really a travel? But maybe I'll be tripping. But mainly, honestly, it don't be a lot for play. My stuff is not with the guards, to be honest with you. It's not necessarily guards, to be bigs. I think they let bigs get tore up and don't be calling fouls for the bigs, or they call too many fouls on the bigs because they're bigs and maybe they feel they're intimidating or something. And then for sure, like, they're not consistent. I think that they're not consistent throughout the game. And coaches have said that, like, it's not an issue how you decide to call the game, but let us know so we know how to play. But then if in the first half you let them play, but then in the second half you start calling ticky-tacky fouls, and it's like, no, be consistent through the whole 4 quarters. Y'all aren't consistent at all. And so I think that's a part of it. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things. I think they definitely be needing a revamp. I don't want the physicality out of the sport ever. However, I do feel like they just got to be better and be more consistent. And that's kind of where I'm at. It's kind of like that flagrant last night, right? Like, you know, you got the
We're
announcer
flagrant.
on Angel Reese.
That's what I'm saying. We're flagrant.
Yeah, exactly. Like that wasn't a flagrant foul. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of, I don't know.
Do you feel they targeting certain players? Would they whistle? Because that happens in the NBA.
Yeah, I definitely think that. I definitely think that they target players. I don't think refs are unbiased.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely convince yourself of that if you. Personally, I definitely think they target players. That's yeah. I definitely I think that I think they do weird things all the time. But and then there's been, I think I want to say in the NBA there's been like footage, you know, things like that where refs have admitted to being that way, like targeting basically, or like trying to teach a player a lesson, like they be trying to
Well,
teach
you
a
had
player.
Tim Donner who said there's still current referees in the league who was part of the scandal. There's
Yeah,
still like, because he came out with his book, there's still referees in the league right now who was part of the scandal. They just didn't have enough information. And he said he won't give their names. So,
yeah. I mean, that's crazy work, to be completely honest. That's
hey,
wild.
gambling, man. So look, Key, these referees in the WNBA, technically, I looked at their salaries. Don't you know they don't get paid a quarter of what the referees in the NBA makes?
Oh, the WNBA refs don't get paid a quarter of what the NBA refs get paid.
Yeah. So okay, if they can get bamboozled and put in the scandals and be betting on games, these referees ain't excluded because they ain't even making that much. So they ain't got more to lose than the NBA referees got to lose.
That's a fact.
Because we looked at the referees the other night during that same game. When Kelsey Plum kept pushing off, I think I had got Warden Mack or somebody to go look at the referees in that exact game. Because Kelsey Plum had like 3 charges in the first quarter that they called fouls. Like she was literally running through Carla Lette the entire first quarter. Like literally running through her chest. And we went and look up the referees. One of them just came back from the YMCA coaching little girls games, refereeing little girl games. Like, where did he get these refs from, man? What is going on? All right, come on, man. Like, let's be honest here, man.
Yeah.
Look here. Let's be honest. That's the only thing that I agree with you on. That it's more of the inconsistency and how the game is rough start to finish. I don't necessarily think it's the foul calls, because I think they get every call right? No. Do I think there's certain players that get a superstar whistle and some that don't? That's in every sport, even high school. So, I mean, you're going to have that in sports and you can't get rid of it, right? Because contrary to people think, the referees are human too. They do know who Asia Wilson is. They do know who Fee is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, they read the papers. You know, they go up to them and shake their hands before games and everything. So, I mean, that's the only thing that I could see. That's why I like that you said that. It's the consistency of you let them play hard for a half, then they come out of halftime and you can't touch nobody. So
Yeah.
I actually, crazy thing is, I seen that happen in the I know Atlanta has played the Indiana Fever 3 times. The time that Indiana beat Atlanta, that happened because I covered that game on playback. The first half, they let Atlanta be physical as hell. In the second half, I think who it was, somebody fouled out. I think it was BG ended up fouling out in the second half. It went into halftime with no fouls and fouled out in the second half because you couldn't touch the Fever. AB shot like 30 free throws that game. You could not. Her and Natasha Howard shot like 30 free throws together. I was like, wow. So yeah, I've seen it happen firsthand.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a strategy around it. I feel like a call or, you know, a check has hit a bank account when you see the strategy happen right in front of your eyes. I've definitely seen, like you said, games where player barely has any fouls, and by the end of the second, the second half of the game, they got 4 or 5, fouling out of the game, or it changes the momentum of the game as well. That's just the reality when foul calls and stuff like that happens. It changes the momentum of the game, and especially if the game is too close, and it's the ref's hands, is not the best thing for you. And people kind of try to use like, okay, well, let's look, the whatever, the Zoes had 14 fouls and the Keys had 14 fouls. They had even amount of fouls. So how can y'all say the fouls were uneven? And it's like, that's definitely an eye test situation. If you watch the game, you'll see how you can end a game with the same exact amount or close to the same fouls, but you can tell it was refed differently. So that's another thing too. It's not enough to read a box score or read, analytics or stats and say, well, the fouls were even, so it can't be because of the refs. Don't say that. It's not because of the refs, because the fouls were even. Because that's not necessarily how that goes. So
yeah, if all fouls aren't, graded the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Because I
sure.
mean, you could look because basically, and I like that you say that analogy as well. So y'all out there, don't go be looking at fouls and saying, well, they got more fouls than them, because it could be like this, Key. Your team is in the bonus, right? And all of a sudden you get a foul every time somebody touch you. But all my fouls came when your team wasn't in the bonus. So technically, all my fouls, it was just a side out. But all your fouls, every time we touch you, they waited till you got to the bonus and they just started blowing the whistle heavy. So you shooting all these free throws. So I mean, it could go both ways, or it could be like my 8 fouls in the first half came on my 2 superstars. Your 10 fouls came on role players off the bench. So it could be, referees can take superstars out the game. Trust me, I've seen it happen.
For sure, and they do it, and they try to do it for sure. It's a lot of weird stuff, especially in the.
That's a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean the WNBA needs an overhaul, and yeah, I think the refs are a part of that, or they need to go back to ref school. I don't know, whatever it is, because yeah, it gets a little weird. Yeah, and I feel like it gets weird because I think at the end of one of them Dallas Wings games, and Dejanay was just going to talk to one of the security guards, and he called over.
Oh, I seen
I
that.
mean,
How you feel about that?
talked to one of the refs, and then he calls over a security guard. It's like, yo, y'all are bugging. You refs are bad. Like it's not a good look. Like it's weird. Y'all weird. Y'all refs are weird. Like how you call over a security guard so a player could talk to you after the game? Like,
yeah, then he I seen the chart, but in the way he did it, he didn't do it as a I want to just bring this security guard in just so nobody could say I didn't say nothing inappropriate or anything, right? Because it was a guy referee, right? And it's the end of the game. If he was just doing that, I can see that. But the way he proceeded to do it, he took the security, he literally pulled the security guard, put him in front of them, and took a step back, like she was offending him. Very weird. That was very weird. It was the optics of how he did it. It wasn't what he did. Because I've seen NBA referees do that before. Like if a security guard right there, they'll literally like just flag them to come like stand right there. Because it is the end of the game. Anything can happen, right? So, but it was the way he kind of like proceeded with the optics of it.
yeah, for sure. It's
like
not
she
a
was a
good
big
look.
threat. Yeah, it was very
Like
weird.
she was a threat to, yeah, it's not a good look. And then you go officiate a game with her in it. You're gonna picture her like that through your eyes and officiate her in that way, like she's a threat to people. And so then you're gonna over officiate her, you're just not gonna be unbiased in the way that you're officiating her. And that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be biased to any player, team, or anything. You're supposed to just call the game how you see it. But it's very clear that they don't feel that way. They got some other stuff going on. So, I mean, look, I don't know if that's something they can bring up in the CBA. But that's something I would talk about a little bit. I mean, and if they do need to be paid more, cool. I'm not negating that, but it doesn't mean that you get to officiate in the way that they're officiating. That's just my opinion and how I feel about it.
I agree with that. I'm just not with the Kelsey Plum. She's the wrong. I'm just confused at why she feel like she's not getting free throws. You're number 4 in free throws made. You're number 5 in free throws attempted. Even in this game, Key, she was second in free throws between both teams. She took 6. Burton took 8. And the only reason Burton took 8 because she got fouled on the 3 close to the end of the game. Before that, Kelsey Plum had the most free throw attempts in the game. And then your team, as a total, shot more free throws than they shot. You shot 25, they shot 23. And you took more threes than them. So how you take more threes than the team and you still get more free throws than them, but you still complaining? I mean, it's a baseless complaint to me, man.
Yeah, definitely, especially after that game. It just wasn't, yeah. Because I think the Valkyrie won fair and square. They played better, they played harder. I mean, it just is what it is. You just lost. You gotta deal with it. Get back to the drawing board. And they could have, the thing I think too, they could have won.
Yeah.
They could have won. So I think they're frustrated that they didn't get to pull that one out. But I agree that she probably wasn't the best person to send the message for sure. But speaking of like officiating and everything, and people who we think aren't officiated well, you know, Camila Cardosa, Angel Reese. Let's talk about the Chicago Sky. You know, the Chicago Sky is in a free fall. Should the Chicago Sky clean house? 2-6 record. Vandersloot is out for the season. I mean, when it rains, it pours vibes, is what the Chicago Sky has. It's like it can't get any worse than it does. So I feel like I think at this very moment, like the Chicago Sky are the worst team in the league, to be honest with you.
They worse than Dallas?
I do.
They beat Dallas twice.
Still the worst team in the league.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not about play. It's not even about play. It's not about play.
They worse than the Suns?
Yeah.
Damn, Key.
Chicago Sky is the worst team in the league. Because even though they beat the worst X's and O's team, as far as the Dallas Wings, the Sun, people like that are, you know, not playing well. Their players though are still playing hard. They're still enjoying playing with each other,
Okay.
all of that stuff. They're still cool with playing with each other, you know. And in this team, despite, you know, even with I dropped a video about it, Ariel Atkins and all of that, even with all of that, they do not enjoy, they just don't. You can tell they just don't enjoy it. Even when Angel Reese having a great game, go watch a few of those plays. Her body language just blew. She's just blown every time. It's like she just be blown, bro. You could tell she just be like, literally be dropping her head like, they hit another 3, like, because we can't play no perimeter defense. So here we are. So the Chicago Sky is the worst team in the league to me, and they absolutely should clean house. That's kind of what you do. Yeah, when it's this bad, it happens all the time. Like, so I know iamzomedia likes to talk about fanfare, right? Let's talk about just a regular McDonald's or whatever. It happens all the time where corporate will come in or something of that nature comes in, or, you know, an inspect anything like that, and you look and you're like, it's just bad, and it just keeps getting worse, and you revamp the whole thing. You just clean house. For example, TCU. It was that bad for TCU to the point where they said, we got to start all over. We got to get a new coach. We got to hold. They did tryouts. Now, by no means, right, is TCU like, yo, Key, they went in the championship next year. But that's not the point every time, right? You're building a program that people want to come to. You're building a program to get some of the best talent or put some of the best talent in the league. Not going to win all the time. You're not going to win every year, but they revamped in a way where people want to go there for whatever reason. They do, neither here nor there. So I think they do need a clean house personally in all ways. In
How
which,
far up?
if it is true that like this is like the least likely thing to happen, so I don't think it will. But if it is true that the organization is a part of this, then yeah, I think they should go them too. Like, but if not, then I think you get who's ahead of Jeff, who's on top of Jeff P. Like
Ownership.
that's what I'm saying. So I
Because
doubt the
he's
ownership.
let me see who's let me look at team staff directory. So you got Tyler Marsh, GM, vice president, and Crosby is the vice president of basketball operations. So, and you got Donnie Marsh. So it's basically Jeff P.
Right. So
yeah, basically Jeff P.
I mean, I think you
Jeff
get that
P.
man up out of there. That's your start for sure. I think Jeff P is for sure your start. Yeah, and then the coaches. That's where I'm at with it. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And it's not business as usual. Like, this isn't 2023. Like, once them rookies came in last year, it's not business as usual. Everything has to change and it has to be better. And it's just not okay. It's just not okay. We the worst team in the league. Chicago Sky's the worst team in the league. I think you just clean. I think if you want to change that, you clean house immediately because it's a culture thing. Like, you have to change the entire culture. It's not just changing out a player or let's drop Michaela on your way there and pick up another player. It's like, no, because now they've created a culture that is stinking up the place. So you could drop players, get players, all of that. But if a culture is bad, a culture is bad. It's going to mess up any good thing. So, I mean, that's where I'm at with it. You got Vandersloot out for the season. And speedy recovery to her. I mean, she wasn't the greatest either when she was playing. But, I mean, I don't know. But what you got on this topic? Should Chicago Sky clean house?
Yes. I need to do more research because y'all know I don't like to speak on that and I don't really know about. I need to do more research to see how profitable the Chicago Sky is for Adam Fox. Because Nadia, I know a lot of people mention her a lot, but she's actually just a co-owner. Fox is the actual like majority owner of the team. He just lets her handle the day-to-day operations of it. Because again, most of the owners of the actual WNBA teams, they're not really part of the everyday process of it. So I really want to know how profitable the Chicago Sky is for Fox, Mr. Fox, because if it's not profitable for him, I think he should sell the team, not just for himself, but for the players and the league's sake, because Chicago Sky's problems, see, and this is the thing. I know we crash out about Tyler Marsh all the time. I know we crash out about Rachel Bannums and Vandersloot and all of them, Camilla not playing hard enough. I know we crash out about that all the time, but structurally, players play how their team functions. 80% of the time, you play how your team functions. I'll give you an example, Key. You just mentioned the Connecticut Suns. They're trying to literally sell the team. Mabry literally requested a trade and they denied it. But their front office is so functionable, their culture is able to supersede Mabry requesting a trade and them selling the team. I don't think nobody ever notices that. They're literally trying to sell the Connecticut Suns, but the way that they play on the court, you wouldn't know. You don't never see it in the tabloids. You don't never see the team looking frustrated. It starts up top. Chicago needs to literally sell the team. Literally. The team can stay in Chicago. Key, it don't got to move out of Chicago. But if this team isn't profitable for Mr. Fox, for the sake of the league and the players and even new coaches that you're trying to get in the future, it got to move on from the regime. It is what it is, Key. It just got to move on because it got a bad taste in everybody's mouth. It's just the aura of the team doesn't sit right with players. You gotta, again, 250 profit. I mean, the team worth 250. He a billionaire. I mean, that's a drop in the bucket. 250, a drop in the bucket. That might sound like a lot to most people, but 250 to a billionaire, that's a drop in the bucket, man. He won't miss that. Again, for the love of the team, he probably keeps it. But for the love of the sport, I would sell it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah, I think he should. Yeah, but I mean, that's a part of the cleaning the house. Sell it. I think that would be best, like you said, for the love of the sport, for the love of the players. You clearly, not that he's running it specifically, but you're not putting the proper people in place to run your team.
Yeah.
And to make you the most profit that you will want. So why even just stay, stuck in that? I mean, the reality though is a lot of these businessmen, billionaires, they do have these business ventures that they don't care if they make money or not.
Yeah.
I just hate that it's a sport. I wish he would have did something else instead of like a team.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, like do something else, bro. Like, but sports, like, come on, bro. And then you got these rookies that really, I mean, they're important. All the players are important. Don't get me wrong, but you have somebody of angelreese's caliber and things like that, and you just kind of fumbling it, not capitalizing off of it, and not doing the right things with it. But I mean, I just don't know how you look at this and you're okay with it unless you're a part of it. I don't know how you watch Tyler Marsh continue to do what he's doing. I don't know how you look at Jeff P. And if anything else, I don't know how you look at other organizations and then look back at your organization and be like, like, we just did not do our best and we haven't been doing our best. And we have to talk about that. I mean, that's just big. I'm telling y'all, I mean, man, I have my own business. I've ran other people's businesses. That's just what I've worked at gyms and I had to go out to other gyms, y'all. I would have to go out to an Orange Theory or whatever and try them out and see, because there are competition. What am I missing as another gym? What am I missing that these gyms are possibly doing? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's business. Like, so it's just like, how are you looking at a Phoenix, a New York Liberty, and not thinking to yourself, a Dallas Wings, even, Connecticut, any of these teams, good or bad, and thinking to yourself, we're not doing enough. We're not doing the best. You know, and if we're not doing that, what do we need to do and what practices do we need to put into place to make this place better and moving towards that goal? And yeah, sometimes it's ugly. I know a lot of people's feelings are, well, we just like Jeff P obviously was just appointed before the 2024 season. Same thing with Teaspoon. Then it was like, well, Teaspoon was just fired. And then we're gonna fire Tyler Marsh too. How does that help us? And it's like, yo, I get it. I get it. I get where you're coming from with like, how does that help us? We fire another coach, two coaches, and whatever, and we fire GM. He was just here, and Wade left. Like, that's just not a good look. And it's like, I don't know what y'all looking at, but more than firing a coach or GM and all of that doesn't look good. Losing in the way that we're losing does not look good. It's worse than firing them. I promise you that. I don't know why y'all think that that will be the deciding factor for people. Like, damn, they firing so many coaches, blah, 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 whatever. That obviously is like eye-opening, kind of scary or whatever. But more than that, it's like, okay, well, let's say, okay, well, they gave Tyler Marsh has been here for multiple years and Jeff P has been here for multiple years, but there's no needle being moved. They're winning badly. I don't like their play style when I watch it. I don't want to come play for this coach. That's worse. The best thing you can do is fire them, that uncertainty be out there in people's head. Okay, yes. And then what you do is you fix the uncertainty in their head by hiring a better coach. And whatever you have to figure out to do that, you do that. Hiring a better GM, hiring a better hiring a better media team, whatever you need to do that, you do it. And then people I'm not saying, they're not going to kind of be on pins and needles at first, but when you start winning, when the culture is better, when the players are smiling again, when the players actually like playing, when they're diving for balls, when they're, doing all of that, it'll change everybody's minds about having 2 firings in a year. So I can't get on the that looks bad train. I think that's not true. I think losing in the way we're losing looks bad. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's baby steps though, Key. Like, people keep saying, see, and remember, I've been one of the ones since the beginning of this offseason saying, y'all need to stop focusing on 2026. It's not going to go the way y'all think it's going to go. That's not how basketball works. First of all, you're not a good front office. You don't have a good culture and aura on the team. You don't respect the high-profile players around the league. Every high-profile player you've had doesn't want to play for you again. You don't think these players talk? They hang out in the off season. These players do have family trips together. They kids hang out. So again, you don't just say, "Oh, 2026." That's the thing I'm tripped out about with Chicago Sky fans sometimes. Like, they say 2026, we gonna right the ship, Key. With what? And they say, well, we're only gonna have 4 players under contract. We're gonna have a boatload of money. It's gonna have a lot of free agents out there. Don't y'all know y'all had the 3rd highest cap space this offseason? And y'all went get Rebecca Allen, and y'all had to trade for her. People don't realize they traded for Rebecca Allen. Rebecca Allen was their best offseason move, and they had to trade for her. Y'all signed Kia Nurse, and this is what they don't know, Key, and this is what nobody talking about. I'm gonna wait till my next post game to really get into that. Don't you know Kia Nurse is actually overpaid? And nobody's talking about it, Key. Nobody's talking about Kia Nurse they actually had to overpay Kia Nurse. Kia Nurse has a 2-time All-Star contract. And nobody talked about it. It's a 1-year deal, but she got an All-Star contract. They had to give her an All-Star contract to come here. Mm-hmm. So again, Key, you have to build something for players to want to be a part of it. Players don't just come. Players don't want to come to a team and have to do everything. You have to build something, and superstars, guess what superstars say? I could fit with that. Okay, my game gonna fit with that. Okay, my play style gonna work with that coach. Because look what he had them doing, and I'm gonna be replacing them, and I'm better than them. So if he got them 5 more points per game, imagine what he gonna do for me. And I'm a superstar. Let's say it's a 2 guard, right, Key? Look at what he's doing with Ariel Atkins. What 2 guard you think come and play for Tyler Marsh next year? No matter the money. I might as well just stay with my team. I guarantee you, Key, Ariel Atkins, and this is how I know this season is getting to Ariel Atkins. Ariel Atkins don't even normally post. Guess what she posted today? Step by step.
That's what she said, step by step?
That's her post. It takes time, step by step. That, you know what that means? That means even all of this is getting to Ariel Atkins, and she don't even post like that. Every post Ariel Atkins posted in May on her Instagram was from the team website. She don't even post like that. All her pictures are like team pictures. For her to have a post like that about taking it one day at a time, step by step. Look, man, it's a process. A lot of Chicago Sky fans are living in that championship season a few years ago. That's an anomaly. That normally doesn't happen. That's not how this works. And even 2 of the players from that team don't want to come back. I mean, I don't know, man.
So what All-Stars are they getting in 2020, 2026?
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm asking you.
Key, honestly, I looked at the list the other day. None of them coming to Chicago. None of them coming to Chicago. Nobody, no. This is the thing people keep forgetting. Yes, 80% of the league is going to be free agents this offseason, Key. Yes, we get that, Key. But if you look at the list of see, this is what people don't do. You can't think broad. You got to narrow it down when you think about your specific team. Chicago Sky is not the league. First of all, you're going to have 2 more teams added this summer. They're not the league. So, Key, what happens is you have to take that 80%. You have to filter out all of the game changers. That's your all-stars or superstars. Don't you know there's only 12 superstars that's going to be a free agent next summer? And everybody keep talking about this free agency. There's only 12 all-stars that's free agents this summer. And I filtered that out. Only 8 of them could possibly leave their team. 8. And that's a possibility. Everybody else is just good to significant role players. They're not franchise changers. So we keep talking about this 2026 like Chicago going to win a championship next year. 2026, want me to tell you what 2026 needs to be, Key? It needs to be blown up. And just go get draft picks and just let them play. Just let them play. Just go ahead on and throw them out there, man. Look, go draft you 4 players and mix them in there with Maddie and HVL. Hope Kabali and Sif could come back and just let them go play, man. Just let them go play.
Yeah, I mean, I was just asking.
Couple role players, you know.
Yeah, because that's where everybody, you know, everybody's like, well, just wait for 2026, Key. And it's like, I don't know what y'all think 2026 finna, you know. I don't know who y'all think is rushing to play for us in 2026. And then I don't know who y'all think are
Key, let me ask you a question, Key. But before I forget, because it's on my mind, I want to ask you this when I was talking. Do you think Ariel Atkins regrets requesting that trade?
She didn't request the trade. What are we talking about? Ariel didn't request no trade. Do I think she regrets being traded? Yes. But she didn't request a trade. She didn't request a trade.
Who, Ariel Atkins?
Yes, she did not
You
request
don't
a
think
trade.
you don't think Ariel Atkins went to the Mystics and was like, what are we
No, I
doing?
don't.
So you think the
Genuinely.
Mystics just said, we done with Ariel Atkins, we'll get the number 3 pick?
Correct. I think they knew they got rid of that main dude. They got rid of the dad and son duo, and they know where the directions they were going in. I don't think she requested that trade. I don't think she wanted to leave, but I do think they respected her enough to work with, like, okay, this is what's on the table. How do you feel about that type of thing? And make her more comfortable with that. But I don't think she requested that. No, absolutely not. I think they knew they wanted to rebuild and they were willing to go in a different direction for it. Not that they don't think she's a good player or an asset, obviously, with being able to trade her away, but I just think they knew the direction they were going in. Sykes might not be there next year.
I
Like,
don't think
they
Tyson will
know
be there.
they're getting, yeah, they're like, we're getting younger. Like,
They're going to get Olivia Miles. They got the draft pick.
I mean, that might be it, but I'm just saying no. But I definitely think she regrets. I mean, this isn't what she was signing up for. I don't think she felt like this is what she was signing up for. No, I don't think she was. I think now she's just like, what? Even with Eric, like, it was just, I don't even know. So, and then even if we do get these 2026 people think of, I don't know who y'all think Tyler Marsh is. Like, okay, let's paint a perfect.
Nobody has told me who we getting.
Look,
they just talking about free agency in 20. Nobody has, even big YouTube channels. Nobody has specifically said who Chicago Sky is getting.
No, because it's cap.
It's a dream and a wish.
It is. It's a dream and a wish. And then, like I said, let's even paint a perfect picture. We do get these players. Y'all think, who do y'all think Tyler Marsh is? Because you got to be coached. I don't know what y'all think this is, but you still got to be coached regardless of the star power or not, or talent. Like, you need to be coached. So, okay, you get those players. Is Tyler Marsh who you want coaching them? I don't know. Seriously, I'm asking you.
Oh, you asking me?
Yes.
No, I don't want to be a rookie being coached by Tyler Marsh.
Do you want
I don't want to be a vet being coached by Tyler Marsh. Because as a vet, I'm establishing my play style already, right? Yeah. I don't need you throwing it off a whack. Because you just out here throwing random plays out here. Like, superstars want to be in systems they understand. I don't want to be in a new system. I want to be in a system that fits my skill set that is already locked in stone. Like, you can't unlock Asia. She's already Asia. You can't unlock Skylar Diggins. She's already Skylar Diggins. That's her play style. You can't unlock Arike. That's her play style. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what this whole unlock thing is about. You can't unlock players that's already solidified. They've made money off of their play style. You're not about to unlock something else. Young players don't want to be around Tyler Marsh because there's no structure. If I'm a rookie coming into the league, I need structure, and I need to be able to make mistakes while building structure, because that's the only way I'm going to learn. I need to know when I make this mistake, this is where that mistake normally comes from in my play style. Like for HVL, if she makes a mistake, she don't even know how to fix it, Key, because Tyler Marsh has no structure. So when she goes into the lane, she doesn't even understand how to develop from it because his play calling is so bad. She doesn't know how to get better in that offense because his play calling is so everywhere. You get what I'm saying? Like, she don't know how to go to practice the next day and get better at it because she don't know what she messed up at because there's no structure to it. It's like if she's running pick and roll, if I come off of this screen a little faster and get it to Angel Reese flashing down the lane, that turnover I keep having at practice, all I got to do is speed up my dribble and not take 3 dribbles and take 2 and just hit her right down the pocket and hit her right here, my pick and roll could get better. And Tyler Marshall's offense, she doesn't know that. So she's just out here making mistakes and doesn't know how to fix them. You can tell she isn't comfortable. I mean,
listen, hold on 1 second. Let me get to this.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
Shout out to Reddit Milky Way for the 199 super chat. Reddit said Jean Grey said we getting Satu and Copper in 2026.
Man, tell Jean Grey go to sleep, man. First of all, Satu and Copper is not leaving Phoenix.
Yeah.
Doesn't Phoenix have the biggest practice facility?
I think so.
Doesn't Phoenix have one of the richest owners? And
Yeah.
he literally owns the Phoenix Suns too.
Yeah.
Has Copper ever come out and say anything bad about the Mercury?
No.
Does Satu look unhappy when you watch her play for the Mercury?
No.
What are we talking about? See what I'm talking about, Key? They on that free agency list, Key. But guess what? When I started filtering out, both of them were still on the Mercury when I was filtering. That's what we see. We see what I'm talking about, Key. Now you see what I'm talking about. It's just it's wishing and hoping. That's not accurate. They're just looking at free agency and just putting players together and saying we getting them. That's not how that works.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess Gene is just saying like that's top priority for the Sky, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a guarantee and not what's gonna actually happen. Yeah, it's just not, it's not realistic at all. I just don't see it happening. I don't know how you watching us this year and you're still even like I just don't know how. That's just me. I could be wrong, like y'all. And if I'm wrong, I can say I'm wrong when the time comes. But it's just I don't know how y'all are watching us this year and still saying, oh, the 2026 blow up is gonna save us. And the 2026 draft is what's gonna save us. It just doesn't work like that. And then even like I just said, let's pretend we get the perfect draft picks and we get the right people from the 2026 blow up. Even if, who do y'all think Tyler Marsh and our coaching staff is? We could get all of that and still just because he's just not the person you want coaching these players. He's not a good coach. He's not a good head coach. For sure. So it just doesn't even, we get them, it still don't matter. But I definitely don't see us getting them. I just don't see us getting those players. So
Key, another question, Key. You know me, I think big picture. Key, you know what I just thought about while you was talking? Could you mention the draft, right? In the last 5 years, how many draft picks have Chicago Sky hit on?
in the last 5 years, I think Angel and Camilla is the only ones in the last 5 years. I can't remember though. Like, I don't think they got anybody. Am I tripping? Is it just Angel and Camilla in the last 5 years?
Let me check, man. Because I'm thinking of that. I don't have the answer, no, Key. I thought you kind of like knew a little bit more about it.
I mean, I'm thinking I do know. I'm thinking I'm correct when I say Angel and Camilla.
All right, let's see. So in 2020, Chicago drafted Ruth Herbert out of Oregon, flamed out. They also drafted Japreece Dean out of UCLA, never played a game. 2021, Shyla Hill from Australia played 4 total games, flamed out. Natasha Mack played, bust. And she was the 16th pick in that draft. 2022, they didn't have a first round pick. They didn't have a second round pick. They didn't have a pick at all in 2022. 2023, they didn't have a first round pick. They picked Kaya Traylor out of Virginia Tech, played a total of 8 games in her career. And they drafted Malashka, never played a game in the WNBA. And then, of course, you already know 2024 was Camilla and Angel Reese. And Brianna Maxwell, who never played a game. And come on, Key. What we doing here, Key? What trust you got?
Was I right?
You was right.
Angel and Camilla, that's it.
Picture this. Natasha Mack, outside of Angel Reese and Camilla, is the only player. Is Natasha Mack even playing for anybody? Who team she on?
Phoenix.
I thought Phoenix cut her.
No, she's coming back from an injury.
Okay. Outside of Natasha Mack, Angel Reese, and Camilla, none of their other draft picks are even in the league.
Correct.
What are we talking? And y'all got faith in this organization, man. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
And
man?
then let's be clear. Then they did pick well with Angel and Camilla, but now they're fumbling it. Quite literally fumbling picking these 2 draft picks out of these past 5 years. The best draft picks you picked in the past 5 years. You're fumbling it. Then let's talk about the talent.
You think Maddie gonna be in the league next year?
Westbell?
Yeah. You think she's gonna still be in the league next year?
I don't know. I don't know.
Think so.
I don't know. But you got to talk about the talent that they do have. You know what I'm saying? The talent that they do have. So then have had. They had Atlanta Smith. They had Courtney Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had talent and then let the talent go. I just don't see what I want to see it though. I don't think y'all understand. I don't be up here talk. I want to see what y'all see. I want to see it. They literally fumbled the talent that they have had. And what is different about I can't live like this. They had Gabby Williams. Like, please, man, fumble that. Like, then you have every single player who leaves your organization basically on your organization. Every one of them does. You got Courtney Williams. I'm never going back there. You got Kai talking about, thank God I could have a meal. Thank God we didn't have meals. You got Gabby Williams in 4K.
4K.
Girl, in 4K saying, I'll never come back there, girl. I would love to play with you, though. Maybe we could play on another team. You got Atlanta Smith, like, thank God Cheryl believed in me. Like, and I don't know why y'all think, okay, let's talk about it. Jeff P is from James Wade regime, right? If you thought James Wade was so bad, why do you think Jeff P is so much better? Like, why are you he's so much better? Oh, let's blame James Wade for messing everything up and giving away all these draft picks and all of this, that, and the third. And Jeff P is finally fixing it. How is he fixing it? He was under his regime. He quite literally learned from him. He's no better. He's no better.
Key, know what I find weird about Jeff P? You got all of these. Key, this isn't role players. This is respected players in the league. This is all-stars in the league. This is top 20 players in the league. And you got these players saying, they would never come to the Chicago Sky, or they're glad they're going. Key, why does Jeff P walk around like he a mob boss or something? He walk around like he got sunshine and rainbows, man. Don't you see what's going on around you? That's how I know he don't care, Key. Because if I was in that predicament, you would be hard pressed to find me. I would be behind the scenes doing whatever I got to do to make my image look a little better. Because, Key, I'm going to be honest, Key. If Jeff P gets fired from Chicago Sky and ends up with another job the next season, I don't even blame Chicago Sky anymore. I blame the entire WNBA.
Yeah,
Because there's no way in the world GMs are looking around the league, owners are looking around the league and saying Jeff P is a good GM.
No, ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody saying that, bro. That's cap. See, that's cap. Oh my God, y'all be all right, bro. Jeff P got y'all on payroll, and that's okay. It is what it is. I don't have time to convince nobody or nothing. He got y'all on payroll. Stick with it. Hey, fight the good fight for Jeff P. Stick with it. I hope he comes through for y'all. You do that. I don't know how you could be an Angel Reese fan and a Jeff P fan at the same time while you watching him ruin her career. That's crazy. I'll never understand it. I mean, I think ultimately, yes, clean house, do what you got to do. But before anything, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit the all notification button so you know every single time we drop a video or a live. Make sure you like the video, y'all. Make sure you like the video on both pages. Man, speaking of organizations, to the Aces, can the Las Vegas Aces bounce back versus the Los Angeles Sparks? And kind of where do we see them go from here? I mean, I think that's a team that they can beat and continue to beat. If you're having a losing streak, you know, you play the Sparks as the Aces, that can maybe get you back into the swing of things. But I mean, they have a lot to address. They had a roster change today, dropping they dropped Crystal Bradford and picked up Joyner. I want to hand it over to you because do you know why they did that, or you know?
That was a weird move. Again, Joyner used to be with the team. I'm not. Did she have a training camp invite? I don't remember. I think she did too. I think they brought it back this year too. I don't know what cutting Crystal Bradford and signing what you call it does for the team. I don't know what it does. Like, they literally play the same position. Literally. I mean, they're off guards. I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, Key. The Aces is disappointing me right now. I ain't gonna lie, Key. Like, look, Key. They not taking care of Asia Wilson right now, man. And it's sad. It's sad. That's my team. I'm going to ride for them. You know, up and downs, I'm going to ride for them. But, man, it's something off there. And I can't really figure out what it actually is yet. I need to see it play out a little more. But there's something off there. Like, you don't put help around Asia in the front court. Like, that's your best player. That should have been your main priority this offseason. Not to get Jewel Lloyd. Your backcourt didn't need no help. You could have got that in the draft or got a lesser. You could have, honestly, Key, I'm about to tell you something crazy. That probably going to make you laugh. You could have got Kia Nurse in free agency. Kia Nurse would fit on this team better than Jewel Lloyd. Because Jackie Young could now go back to the 2. Kia Nurse would literally fit on his team better than Jewel Lloyd Fitz. You didn't need to. You didn't need to shoot your entire load on Jewel Lloyd. Backcourt wasn't a priority to me in the offseason. It was the front court. First of all, you don't have a solid backup big. I mean, I think you struck gold with Kitley, but she's not really ready yet. Again, she needs more reps, and you don't want to give them to her, so she's not really ready yet. And you brought back Kia Stokes coming off of an injury, and she didn't do anything last year, and she's coming off of an injury. I don't know what the plan was here. I'm Key, you know me. I ain't never lost for words. I'm lost for words, man. I don't know what the objective is here. Are we trying to win a championship? Or are we in that Chicago thing of we trying to be competitive and rebuild on the back end at the same time? And that's where it kind of feels to me, Key. Like we trying to push Asia out there and push Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray out there. We trying to win a championship. But on the back end, we're bringing in young players and we're bringing in nobodies, like we're vying for draft picks. Like that what it seemed. It seemed like we trying to capitalize on some. We're trying to get some future draft picks while trying to push Asia out there, saying, "Look, fans, we trying to win." But if you really pay attention, it's like we trying to tank and get draft picks. Like I don't know what direction we're going in here. Like I need Asia to say something though, Key. Like I'm like, look, this is why I hold every other player in the league accountable. Reese, CC, Fee, Stewie, because guess who I hold accountable for on my team? Asia. And I ain't got no problem calling her out. I need Asia to say something. I need Asia to say, just you ain't even got to put Kia Stokes under the bus, Key. You can do it nicely. Players do it all the time. I just need Asia to say, I was expecting help in the front court this offseason. That's it. You ain't gotta put nobody's name out there. You ain't gotta throw out no innuendos. I just need Asia Wilson to say, I was expecting a little more help in the front court this offseason. And we just not there yet, so we'll keep grinding until we figure it out. Just say something like that. Let me know, Asia. Let me know you care. Just let me know you care and you see what I see. And honestly, Key, I would feel better if Asia just comes out and just makes a statement of what the team got going on. Let me know as a fan and as a supporter of you see and you feel what the fans are feeling. That's it. That's it. That's it. And I'll be good, Key.
Yeah, something need to be done. Especially with the type of year, she had last year. I don't even know. I was expecting a lot more from the Aces, to be completely honest. And everybody's underperforming. Nobody looks good. Everybody's underperforming. Like, it just doesn't look good. They don't look cohesive. And this is on Becky too. I keep saying that, like, Becky, it's on Becky too. Like, because dropping. I saw it this morning. I'm like, okay, Crystal Bradford gone. Okay, Joyner Holmes. I'm like,
Holmes, man. She need to be at home.
Like dropping her, and everybody, when they dropped her, everybody.
I thought we was about to go get a big, Key.
Exactly. Everybody was holding their breath.
Big.
Everybody's like, something about to happen. Everybody holding their breath. Something about to happen. Something about to happen. And then it was like an hour or two later, it was like, Joyner Holmes. Like, what? Do y'all want to?
I almost threw my phone at the wall. Ask my wife. When that popped up, I almost threw. Man, what a pig at? I thought it was a mistype, Key. when I first seen it because I seen it on Twitter. I thought it was a mistype.
But people were like, "Oh, they making room. Maybe they making room for Lee Rue or whatever." Like, rather that's realistic or not, that's not the point. People just were like, "Are we getting a big? Are we getting a big that can at least score like 4 or 6 points or something?" And then you see Joyner Holmes, and you're just like, "What are y'all actually? What is the aim here? Like, what are y'all actually doing? What are you trying to do?" Then they never played Crystal. It just isn't good. It just isn't good. It's just not good. Then you got Crystal like, nope, I had no locker room issues. I did not get played. It's like, girl, it's just not a good look, Aces. It's just not a good look. So yeah, I feel you like, and I've said it with Angel and Camilla with the Chicago Sky. Like, if you have weight and you really, really don't like what's going on, you're gonna have to say something. You're gonna have to use your weight. And again, like you said, not in a mean way or something, but just more so like you just said, like, this is what I thought was going to happen. This is what I thought was going to happen for my, at least from Angel and Camilla, like a young standpoint for my future, for where I'm going, for my development is not happening. For Asia, I thought you were going to give me help. I thought you were going to go out there and get me help, in the front, like, I don't know. And again, love Becky down, but she holds some responsibility for this.
Oh, yeah.
She holds responsibility for the rotations too. Like, if Jewel Lloyd is booty meat, you just gonna live and die by booty meat?
Key, you can start Jewel Lloyd, just cut her minutes. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. You just gonna keep, but you're watching her you're watching her play terribly, and you're just like, yeah, just gonna keep on. She does not play well in my play style, but I'm just gonna keep her out there for a large amount of minutes and hope that we can win games this way. Also, with Asia not having help.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So I think they bounce back against the Sparks, but I think their season is in jeopardy if they don't make roster changes. What you call it is Cheyenne is done for this year. Megan is still like indefinitely pretty much. So it's like she could come back, but she could never come back. And then even if she does come back, she's coming back from an injury. So what does that do for you? Then Kitley, like you said, she's a rookie. This is her rookie year. So she's getting acclimated. She's still coming back from an injury. So you got 3 players that were supposed to be your bigs. And then you go get Joyner. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I don't get it. I want to understand it. You let go. Because I thought at least Crystal had defense or some defense, right? Like, I thought she was like a defensive
Crystal
player.
Bradford. Yeah. I don't know. Crystal Bradford, there's 2 things about her that I did like. She's a break glass in case of emergency type of player where she can come in and spot minutes and play hard on defense. And she's one of our best wing defenders. That's where we need to start at on the defensive end. You let one of your best wing defenders go, literally go. And the other side of her I do like is she's great for the locker room. She brings energy. She cheers off the bench. You need those players. So I don't understand what does because I know Crystal Bradford's basically I know what she brings to the team, right? Her quality, her work. I know her work to this team, right? And it's not in the stat sheet. It's what she is for the locker room and the morale of this team. And you're in like a little weird space right now where you don't really know what's going on. So why take away players who keep the locker room up in this moment for Holmes, who doesn't really bring nothing to the table?
Nothing. I don't know. Maybe I don't know the type of player she is. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But Becky needs to fix it and fix it quickly. Like, it's just not. The whole team is underperforming. You thought you get a healthy Chelsea Gray back, that we just be in a completely different space. You know what I mean? This is just bad. So Yeah, the Joyner Holmes thing through me, but I don't know. How do you feel ultimately? You know, obviously, I do think they bounce back against the Sparks. I think they probably win, but I mean, do you feel like with this signing, like their season is in jeopardy because you just can't tell where Becky's mind is at or the org's mind is at? What do you think?
So season in jeopardy. What do you consider the season in jeopardy before I answer?
I mean, just being so. I guess standing spot and standing spot and championship. Like it's a champ. Like I don't like that's not. I'm sorry. Aces is one of my like my expectations is you have teams that the three teams I expect to win a championship this year. No, they all obviously can't win it, but you have teams where you're like I ultimately expect you to be playing for a championship. And it's the Aces, the Lynx, and New York. I expect you to be. Yeah. So is it in jeopardy? I mean, I had them dancing in them three spots, trading spots weekly, probably. That's what I had. So it's just kind of like now I'm like, is Aces gonna be 6? Like
I
5?
still got them top.
5?
I still got them. Even if the season doesn't play out like they wanted to, I still got them top 5. And I still trust that Asia Wilson is the best player in the league until someone dethrones her. So I'm gonna keep my faith in Asia Wilson that she'll help right the ship, and I'm gonna keep my faith that Jackie Young won't go 1 for 8, 2 for 12 every I'm like Jackie Young is in a big shooting slump right now, and Chelsea Gray, I don't know, something's just off. I don't know if it's because she got to share ball handling duties with Jewel Lloyd. I don't know, just something off. She always seems like she's pressing. And again, I don't know if it's a carryover from Unrivaled where she was the main option. I don't know, but it always seems like she's like doing too much or she's pressing. Like something's off with her game to start the season. I just got faith in Asia Wilson that she'll help right the ship, and Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray will come along.
So you think
And
ultimately
Becky
Asia,
Hammond will,
you think ultimately Asia will say something like you're suggesting?
Yeah,
You think she'll say something?
I think Asia Wilson at some point, because Asia Wilson does smile, but she got that dog in her. So, and I've literally heard her go off on people on the bench. I think at some point Asia Wilson will put her 2 cents in. I think she's being kind of backfieldy right now because she's waiting for Jewel Lloyd to find her way. It is a new squad. They lost Alicia Clark and Tip in free agency. They got young pieces on the bench. I think she's trying to be understanding, but I think at some point we'll get a report, because we haven't got a report yet. Maybe I missed it, that Asia Wilson is upset with how the season is starting. There's been no rumblings, no report, nothing. She hasn't said anything in the press, in her press conferences, nothing. You don't see her body language on the bench being low morale, even against Golden State in the blowout. She didn't really look like down on her luck or whatever like that. So I think either they turn it around, or I think Asia Wilson will say something, and then you'll see a change. I think right now they're taking advantage of Asia Wilson not saying nothing.
I got you. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Aces. I mean, I'm with you. I get it. You kind of have faith in a championship organization that they'll turn things around, and a player of that caliber kind of getting into them like, hey, what's going on? So we'll see. Best of luck to the Aces. I'm looking forward to watching the game tonight for sure. But let's get into this topic here. You know, how good are the Mystics looking? Are the Mystics a playoff contender? They are 4 of 6 for the season record. When it comes to the Aces, I would love to. I need to go watch their. So
You mean the Mystics?
what did I say?
The Aces.
Oh, my bad. When it comes to the Mystics, I think I'm gonna make that something I need to do this week. I'm actually gonna start watching the post game interviews with the coach. I'm gonna go watch some interviews with the coach. I have not watched anything to do with the coach. And when I watch that, I'll be able to answer this better. So right now I'm answering from ignorance because for me, I'm kind of like, I need to know what his vision is, what the coach's vision and the GM. Actually, I need to go watch some interviews with her. If I know what their vision is, I could tell y'all if they'll be a playoff contender or not. I could tell y'all. I do think they can be a playoff contender regardless of anything by just watching them play. But it's all about how those two people, the GM and the coach, envision the team. They might pack in this season if they feel like they want another piece out of the draft or something like that. They could do that. Like teams do. It's like, I know I could make it to the playoffs with my young team, but I'm in a rebuild. I'm cool. Like I'm not pushing that. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I don't know because I haven't listened to them speak just yet. But I personally think just from looking at them, I think they could be a playoff contending team for sure. I definitely do. And I think they could be a playoff contending team that could possibly steal a game type of thing. Not get swept. Like they gonna be in it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple games where it's like they're just not closing out. They're just not closing out. And that could be a lot of different things. They go away from Kiki if she's having a good game sometimes, and you're like, why are we doing that? You know, they don't have a PG, right? They don't have like a point guard for real. Sykes be doing weird stuff sometimes. So just little things like that. But I think they are somebody to look out for sure making the playoffs. I don't see them if they're wanting to make the playoffs. I don't see them being in the bottom 5. I see them being in the playoffs. If that's what their goal is. If their goal isn't that, then I could see them just kind of like eventually just letting it go, and packing it up and hoping for, a high draft pick next year as well, or, whatever. So we'll see. But what about you? Do you think they're a playoff team?
Right now, I think they have the 8th seed, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Right now, standings. So right now they're the 9th seed. Well, they're tied with Golden State for the 8th seed. Technically, it's a 3-way tie between the Fever, Golden State, and Washington for the 7th seed. So I mean, they're 7, 8 seed right now in the standings. Does their youth catch up to them down the line?
It's possible,
but I still think the basketball guys work in a mysterious way where Golden State will end up turning into the role player kind of team we thought they were. Because at some point, teams start taking you serious, right? Like they start really game planning because they're vying for like positioning themselves for seeds. So they don't look at Golden State after the All-Star break and say, oh, that's just role players. No, they're going to say, oh, y'all depend on Caleb Thornton to be y'all scorer? Get him. And all the rest of y'all beat us. Like, eventually it's going to get there. Right now, Golden State is able to, like, I literally watched them against the Sparks, and it started clicking in my head. The reason Golden State looks so good is because nobody's actually taking their best player serious.
Yeah.
They're not really guarding Caleb Thornton. I've watched 3 of the Golden State games. They're not really guarding Caleb Thornton like she's a NECA or a Arike or a Asia or even a Reef. Like they're not guarding her like that. They're really guarding her like she's still on the Liberty. I think after the All-Star break, teams, when they're vying for position, they're going to say, oh, Caleb Thornton is your best player? Oh, you think Kate Martin really good? Let her beat us then. They'll when they actually start taking them serious. But how much of a lead will they have on the Mystics or the Mystics have on them? That'll be, I think that 8 down. I think Fever will end up 6, 7, somewhere in there with Seattle. I think Seattle and who I said Seattle and the Fever will be kind of like that 6, 7 seed. And I think honestly, Key, I think the Sparks is out of it. That's just not a good team, man. I watched them play against the Golden State. They're just not a good team. Like Rakia and Kelsey Plum cannot play together. They're just not a good team. Cameron Brink doesn't save their problems. And we don't know what she's going to be. She hasn't played in a year. And technically, yes, she's been in the league as long as Reese them, right? But she hasn't played. So she's not coming in caught up like they are. You know what I'm saying, Keith? Like she's not coming in with their experience, even though she's been in the league.
Yeah.
She's not coming in with the minutes and the reps and the game speed. Because even when she was playing on the defensive end, she looked amazing. But on the offensive end, you could tell the game was moving too fast for her before she got injured. And because I called a couple games and I said that, like the game was just moving too fast for her before she got injured. On the offensive end, on the offensive end, she struggled. Defensive end, she looked like the Stanford Cameron Brink, like no drop off there. She shots. I think she had like a 6 block game at one time. So again, Hamby coming back. I mean, everybody's waiting on Cam Brink to come back. That doesn't change this team's flaws. Like they have a lot of flaws on the perimeter with the defense and stuff. Like that doesn't, because Rakia, man, Key, when we gonna talk about Rakia's defense, man? Matter of fact, we're gonna say that for next show. We're gonna say that for Key. Be quiet. We're gonna say it for next show. Next show, we're gonna talk about her.
Oh no, you know what? This is what the next show is gonna be. The next show, we're gonna talk about last year's drafts picks played this year. We can't talk about Cam Brink, she's out, but that's what we have to go down the line. We're gonna be talking about.
No. We gotta save it though.
Remember, no, I'm not gonna talk about it now. I'm saying the next
one. No. Next week's show. Remember, next week's show is the live game.
Oh,
we got Kiki versus Angel.
Jesus Christ. And they're at the same time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I've been talking about Rakia defense. I've been talking about that because that's people.
I watched her against Golden State. She was horrible.
I mean, it's bad, bro. Like, yeah, that's why Sarah Barker. That's exactly why Sarah Barker be in there. It's bad, bro. She can't do it. That's why when people use her as like a person, bro, I'm just like, y'all, let's not do that. Because I like Rakia. I like her, but let's not do that. The whole entire game isn't there for her. It's not all there for her. And even I said that because my homegirl put in a ticket today. My homegirl was like, oh, I put Rakia on my ticket. I was like, man, Rakia leaves a lot to be desired, to be completely honest. She leaves a lot to be desired. I don't know if that's the scheme, if it's the coach. I don't know. But is it the coach every year? I don't know. She leaves a lot to be desired to me offensively, even. Like, I be wanting more out of her. She be getting streaky too. Like, I don't know. To be that, because I think, to be clear, I think she's talented. I think Rakia is talented. I love watching her play, but be some stuff that I just be like, I don't know what's going on. So, but yeah, it's something we'll talk about. But I mean, based off everything you're saying, you feel like this Mystics will make it into the playoffs, huh?
It depends on their separation with Golden State before the top teams start taking them serious. Both of them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be all about the separation. But because I think one of those two teams is going to be the 8th seed. Because I'm looking at the schedule right now. Again, I don't think the Sparks going to make it. I think they're just a bad team. And Chicago, Connecticut, and the Wings definitely not making it. The Sparks, I mean, I just think they're not that good of a team. So the 8th seed going to end up being Washington or Golden State. But it's going to be about it's going to be about their second half schedule. Like,
you think Golden State makes it out of the bottom 5? Or you just think the Sparks is just going to be that bad that Golden State makes it out? Golden State, I
mean,
definitely had it.
Golden State. I mean, even though it's still early in the season, but I mean, Golden State has a 2-game edge on the Sparks.
No. I'm not saying that they're not good enough to make the playoffs, but more so that's the one team I felt was going to pack it up because of what they're trying to do. That's why I'm like, oh, you think they make the playoffs?
I thought about that too, though. You keep forgetting. This is what you keep forgetting. It's the last 2 years. So
it's their first last year.
Yeah.
And next year, they got to be bad both years.
No, Key. No, Key.
What is it then? Tell me.
Again, it's 2020. It's 2025, right? 2025, right? Yes. You're a 8 seed. That 8 seed still puts you in the lottery chances. And let's say they become the 8 seed again next year or miss the playoffs. Now they still have an opportunity for that number 1 seed, that number 1 pick. This is the last 2 years. So I don't think they'll get to the 7 seed. They ain't gonna win enough games for the 7 seed. But them making the 8 seed this year and even making the 8 seed next year doesn't rule them out of getting that number 1 pick. And again, we know this is a business at the end of the day. They just Golden State literally just has to be able to get the lottery pick and they're getting it. Let's be honest here, man. Golden State just literally needs to be able. And I think that's why they playing so hard. Kathy must have called them and was like, hey, we just need y'all to be able to be in the lottery percentage-wise, and y'all gonna get that pick.
All right, well.
Come on, man. We know this fixed already, man. This is already
fixed already. I just thought you had to be in the bottom to get a lottery.
No. And again, even with the Sparks and Dallas, no telling where they are next year. No telling. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's 2 years. So Golden State getting the 8 seed this year doesn't take them out of the running for next year and getting that 2027 pick. It doesn't take them out of the running.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I do think the Mystics, ultimately, I think the Mystics make the playoffs, and that's just that. I do think they make it. I just think the other teams are just that. I think they're good for one, or like a decent team, and then I think, I think the other teams are just that bad this year. I don't even think they was this bad last year. I mean, this is just, I don't even know. But I do think the Mystics are contenders, ultimately. So we'll see. We'll continue to see how their season goes. And like you said, I mean, look, there could be mid-season trades or trades before the trade deadline happening with that team because they're trying to figure out that big situation. I
think they move off of Aaliyah Edwards.
It's definitely possible.
Again, it's key. It's about, again, they're in rebuild mode, right? So they're trying to get comparable players back, but also draft picks. Aaliyah gives them better option at both of those because you get back another young player because you're trading Aaliyah Edwards, and you probably can get a late first round, probably 2 seconds for Aaliyah Edwards.
I got Austin. You
don't look. Austin's injuries. Again, I thought about it. Yeah, Key. I was watching them. I was doing a live stream the other day, and I had Austin at first too. But Key, I started thinking like a GM. Austin is too injured. Austin's potential. See, Key, you know how this works in this business, man. Sometimes your potential gets you more draft picks. Aaliyah Edwards has a higher people. A lot of people still think, even though Aaliyah Edwards haven't reached where we think she should be with Aaliyah with the number 4 pick. Was she the number 4 or the number 5? Number 4?
She's like 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
4? Somewhere, whatever she was. No, she was 5 because I think Rakia was 4, huh?
Yes, Rakia was 4, correct. Yes, so she was 5.
Yeah. Who was 6?
5, 6. JC Sheldon was 6, ain't it? Or was JC 5? Was JC 5?
One of them two. Yeah, it was the answer. Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
5 or 6. Yeah.
Yeah, she was number 5 to Mystics. So again, they're still holding out hope, other teams, that she can possibly become that. and you catch the right team on the right day, you can get 2 seconds and a young player back for her. And they just and again, they need wing defense help going into next year. So it got some wings around the league that ain't getting minutes right now. You know what I'm saying? So you move Aaliyah Edwards for a solid wing, and you get a second round, probably a late first round pick.
I'm gonna lie, if I'm the Mystics, I might just go.
What you get? You don't get for Shakira. What do you get for Shakira?
I don't know. Maybe you do Shakira and Brittany Sykes. Maybe you do Shakira and Stephanie Dawson.
Nah,
or you. They moving like they're not letting. I don't think you let Brittany Sykes go for nothing in 2026 as a free agent. Like I think you move off of her now since you're going younger anyway, and she's not a point guard. Or what do you think they move her? Like I don't.
No. I'm saying you if you do move Shakira and Sykes, you don't package them together because you can get more for them separately.
Oh, okay.
Because they're not like a duo. Like like if you could package Sykes and Melbourne together and get something back, but like packaging Shakira and Sykes together, you're not gonna get back from no team what you want unless it's a 3-team deal where you're getting something back from 2 separate teams. That's the only way you would package 2 players like that. They'll be dumb to package both of them because you can get a first, you can possibly get a late first, early second for Sykes, and you can possibly get 2 seconds. Because I mean, Aces just gave the Sky 2 seconds for Dana Evans. You can get 2 seconds for Shakira and a player back. So I mean, you'd be crazy to package both. You'd be crazy. I wouldn't package both of them.
Facts. I mean, we'll see what's gonna happen. We'll see what's gonna happen with the Mystics. And kind of how they continue to go forward. But hey, thank you everybody for coming through for another Excuse the Takeover episode 16. Look, great topics we got into. Appreciate everybody adding value to the chat, showing love. Make sure you like the video, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to both pages. You know what I'm saying? Hit the all notification button so you know every time we go live. And next week we will be covering the Angel Reese versus I was about to say Shakira game. Angel Reese versus Kiki Iriefin game. It's gonna be a good one. Super excited to see those two battle, especially after the game Angel had last night against New York. I'm excited to see Kiki and Angel battle. So y'all come through next week to Excuse the Takeover. We will be calling that game on June 17th. I believe it's at 8 p.m. Eastern or something like that. No.
It's is it
7:30 Eastern or something?
I'm about to tell you because I thought it was like before or something like. Hold on. So it's 7 o'clock. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
Your time.
Well, 8 o'clock your time. It's 8 o'clock your time. Okay, I see. What
it was at 8 p.m.
I'm about to say I didn't think it was that late, but it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 7 your time, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern my time, and then it's at the same time as the Aces game. But we're gonna figure something out. But anyways, yeah, come through, y'all. It's gonna be a good one. Exciting. I'm excited to see this battle. Get this feud started. You know what I'm saying? Get this feud started. Two dominant power forwards going at it. I already called who I had last week, but make sure y'all come through and check that out. Thank y'all so much for coming through to Excuse the Takeover. Hit the like button on your way out. Got any last words though?
Yeah, Chuckle Chatter, man. We on episode 16, man. Time flies, man. Me and keeping rocking it, man. Time flies. Also, I am about to go live for Aces versus Sparks. I'm gonna have the playback if you don't got cable, because I know it's on cable. I'll have the game live on playback, but I'll be doing commentary on YouTube. The link is the thumbnail is already up there. I'll be hopping in there in like 2 minutes, and we'll kick off the Sparks versus Aces.
Facts. We'll see you guys next week. I'm about to go try to watch all 3 games some way, somehow. Hopefully, League Pass Multiview. Like Kathy, you got to get this together, man.
Yeah,
3 games at the same time, 10 p.m. It's ridiculous. But make sure you head over there to iamzomedia calling that game. I'm about to go check these games out. And y'all be safe out there. We're going to catch y'all next week, episode 17, Excuse the Takeover. And we out of here.
Excuse the Takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. that interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.